We have more on that straight ahead. But first tonight, the walls are closing on the Democrats and the state-run legacy media mob as more and more evidence shows up that they helped cover up Joe Biden's cognitive decline. And guess what? Who knew what? What did they know? When did they know it? And who was really in charge the last 4 years? Every one of you deserves answers to all of those questions and more. Now, thankfully, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, he is working to get those answers. Last week, Chairman Comer sent letters to Biden's former White House physician, Kevin O'Connor, as well as 4 top senior aides demanding that they appear for transcribed interviews. Now, Comer alleges that all of these staffers work behind the scenes to run interference, to hide just how bad Joe Biden's decline was from the American public. Now, last week, he told Fox News that unelected bureaucrats had an overwhelming influence on Biden and were possibly even serving as the de facto president. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. A pro-energy group, Power the Future, they are now demanding answers on the alleged use of the auto pen, saying that there's no evidence that Biden knew about several climate executive orders he allegedly signed. In particular, the group says executive orders banning Arctic drilling, committing the federal government to net zero emissions by 2050, mandating clean energy AI centers, and banning offshore drilling should be deemed null and void due to the use of auto pen, and no public comment from Biden confirming any knowledge of it at the time or since. Now, we need congressional hearings. We need more information. We need answers. And people need to be held responsible for what is now quickly becoming the biggest White House political scandal of our lifetime. Maybe we should call it Dementia Gate, but somehow Democrats still don't seem to get it. Remember, back in March, failed vice presidential candidate Tim Walz, he wanted a shadow government to counter the Trump administration. You might recall. Take a look.
I've been saying this. I think we need a shadow government so when all these things come up every single day, we've got an alternate press conference telling the truth about what things are happening.
Democracy in peril. A shadow government, alternate press conferences. Sounds like a blatant attempt to subvert the will of the American people. Now, not to be outdone, though, Politico is now fantasizing about what a shadow Democratic cabinet would even look like, which includes, and you can't make it up, Giselle Fetterman, Nikki Glaser, the comedian, Jon Stewart, the comedian, Letitia James, and others. That's more akin to like an Orwellian nightmare than a legitimate cabinet. And what about this Broadway star, Patti LuPone, who allegedly told the New Yorker that the Kennedy Center should, quote, get blown up? How is that not a threat? Remember, Madonna said, I think, an awful lot about blowing up the White House. If Democrats want to find the true threat to democracy, they just need to look in the mirror, because it's kind of hard to imagine a bigger threat to our democratic republic, or democracy, as they say, than a group of unelected bureaucrats allegedly taking advantage of a obviously cognitively struggling president to implement their own radical left wing agenda. The very people that tried to tell you Donald Trump is a threat to democracy were actually the real threat themselves. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.